Last Sunday was a joy for me to be with my family and to get to a certain point in the journey we call ordination. And a big thank you to all of you who helped me get there, and especially for my robe. Thank you. Other joys. Mike.
You and I went shopping yesterday for stuff for bathrooms and parties, and we got it, and I'm sick to death to see that it's coming out all over.
Yes.
Amen.
It was a joy yesterday to go shopping. I know the contractor's coming Monday to work on the bathrooms. And it's a joy to know that I won't end up in the basement.
And be generous because I signed the bill.
Any other joys? Okay, we're here and then Nancy.
I don't know whether it's a joy or a concern, but my daughter got married this past
I don't know if it's a joy or a concern, but your daughter got married.
week. She's happy, so I guess that makes me happy.
Well, she's happy. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Well, we'll tell Chrissy congrats for us. Okay, Nancy.
I'm wondering if I should turn the video. Does she watch the video I posted?
Maybe.
Again, it was such a joy to be at annual conference last week, and I thank you all for giving me that honor to represent you there. We had an instance at work this week. I don't know where Joy is, but you know, we always struggle with finances in the business, and it's just a constant, and we know that. But we also know that God calls us to it, and He shows us that over and over and over and over again. Two huge, humongous joys this week. One, I asked you guys for prayer for years for Brian Ferguson, a young man who was convicted of murder in Morgantown, and that we finally were able to develop enough evidence to show the court that he didn't commit the murder, and that he was finally released last year, like Thanksgiving time, pending a new trial in July. That resolved this week. He took what's called an Alford plea, which means I'm not guilty of what I'm accused of and what I'm pleading to, but I'm afraid there's enough evidence and enough risk that I'm not going to take a chance on getting convicted of something worse, so I'm going to say I'm guilty of something. So he pled guilty to second-degree murder for time served. So he is officially, as of Friday when the judge signed the order, a free man and never has to go back. And he is an incredible young man. So I ask that you keep Brian Ferguson, continue to keep him in prayer. I know that God has a powerful task for him from what he's learned and what he's experienced. And Brian knows that. So please keep him in prayer. The second was kind of on a more personal note. Finances were tough this week, and Joy messaged me one night on the way home and said, I prayed for manna today. Well, I just want to tell you, God gave us quail. And I was so blessed, I cried over and over. So, you know, there are such joys in the world. Just look at them. Just stop and take a moment. Every one of you has a joy in your world. I'm positive that you could share from this week. I'm done.
Okay. All right, the other joys. Keston.
Okay, I'm going to graduate for 19 days, and great to my mom and dad that I'm going to be a teenager and it's going to be more hard to handle than that.
No.
More hard.
Okay. Well, we celebrate with Keston as she's counting down the days to being 13. And she asked for prayer for her parents. Because when she's a teenager, it's going to be more tough. All right. Yes.
I had your birthday this week. I had a lot of cards and phone calls and messages, and Ann called saying happy birthday to you.
I appreciated that very much. And talking about finances, I need all the finances I can get, and the Lord blessed me this week with a few extra dollars, and so that I was not
Thanks be to God.
expecting, but I thank Him immensely.
So you had a wonderful birthday with many cards and phone calls, and a special phone call from Ann who's saying happy birthday. And a special blessing from God. Answering his prayer. Okay, let's turn to concerns now. we need to continue over Ann and Katie. Katie remains in Cambridge. Ann has been in the hospital, but is home. But she's fallen twice. So just remember both of them in your prayers. And if you get a chance, drop them a card.
Ann has fallen or Katie's fallen?
Ann has fallen twice.
I thought you said
Katie
Katie fell twice.
No,
I wasn't sure.
Ann has fallen twice. Katie is in Cambridge.
Gotcha.
And I don't have her address at Cambridge, but if you have a card you want to give her, if you'll drop it off at the office, I will make sure to either drop it off in person or find a way that gets to her. Okay, Keston.
My neighbor, Haley, her mom has been in jail a lot, and she said that if you want to finish their tax,
Okay, so your friend Haley and her family would like our prayers. Pray for her.
her little sister, she got attacked by a dog when she was 1.
Okay, so pray for her sister who was in a dog fight. Okay, any other concerns? Tavia?
My grandpa passed away on Monday, so it's my dad.
Okay, so remember Tavia's family, her grandfather passed away. Any others this morning? Okay, Mike?
The price of gasoline, I think we chuckle. I volunteer drive with 2 organizations, the American Cancer Society and an organization called Faithway. We can't get people to drive because they can't afford the gasoline. And there's people that miss doctor's appointments, cancer treatment because I'm driving 5 times next week. I'm driving every day because of people that do drive and can't because they can't afford the price of gas. And it's getting worse. You got 14 drivers. You only got 3 to drive.
So remember all of those who are affected by gas prices. It's an inconvenience for many people, but for some people it's a difference between getting medical care that they need. Okay.
And I'm going to dovetail on what Mike said. I want to keep the church and finances in prayer, and specifically the SCRIP program, because while we're all driving and paying that ridiculous price for gas, we could be giving 4% of what we pay back to the church using SCRIP cards with Speedway. And there may even be something else that's more than that. I'm not sure. That's what I use all the time. So please use the SCRIP program. You guys, our finances are dire. I don't have to tell you that, and I don't mean to preach. We're only so many, and we can only do so little. But we can do more using those SCRIP cards, because you're going to use it anyway. You're going to spend the money for gas. So I lift that. I lift the homeless. I lift those that are battling mental health and substance abuse. And I lift those who are imprisoned, who should be there, as well as, and even more importantly, those who are there that are falsely accused and falsely imprisoned, or wrongfully imprisoned, and their families. I'm done.
Okay. Did you all catch that, or do you want me to repeat it? Okay. I'm getting mixed answers, so I'm just going to assume most of you heard that.
Continuing with the script, Nancy doesn't do anything with that asking about her worker. And her herself gave $600 to the church last year by buying cars to me. Purchasing stuff she's going to purchase anyway. $600. She spends a lot on gas, but every little bit adds up. If you think it's only 4%, well, that 4% took her out of $600 for the year. Yeah, it's a charitable donation.
Right, so don't forget that in your daily buying of things, you can use SCRIP and you can get it written off on your taxes at the end of the year. All right, any other concerns? Okay.
You did mention the SCRIP program costs you no extra. It's just like buying gift cards. You got a $50 card, $50 is yours to spend. You just get a percentage back on it.
Okay, thanks. Tate.
I did my blood check on Tuesday for the first time in 2 months.
All right, so say an extra prayer for Tavia that her blood work goes well this Tuesday. Yeah.
Robert mentioned last week his Mary's Aunt Barb. She has lung cancer, and they did some more tests this last week, and it's pretty far along. So we asked for prayers as the doctor's trying to figure out what treatment is appropriate. So it's going to be ongoing discussions next year.
Okay, so remember all of you and your family in that journey. Yeah, James. Okay, continue to remember Howard in your prayers.
I have no plans.
Couple unspoken, okay. Any others?
While I was on my vacation, my house was broken into.
Oh.
And just pray for the people that broke into it. And hopefully they will return what they took.
Okay, so we need to pray. While Debbie was gone, in case you didn't hear, her house was broken into, and she asked for prayer for those who've broken into her house, and also prayers that they will perhaps see the light and return the things that they took. Any others?